Right guys, today's video is going to be based around steroids, okay? A topic which gets brought up a lot. Right, how to start off with this. First of all, I'd like to make a disclaimer or kind of thing. I don't have a problem with anyone who takes steroids, I don't have a problem with them, I don't care whether you do it or not, it's not part of me, it's not affecting me, so that is that, okay? Right, moving on to this, I'm going to focus on steroids with teenage bodybuilding, okay? There's been a lot of teenagers lately who's been hopping on the juice, so to speak, and taking test and tren and clen and all these different compounds and putting them in their body. I'm not going to name anyone because I don't want to give anyone publicity because of that, because it's not something to do, it's not something to give, it's nothing to be proud of, okay? Right, so teenage bodybuilding and steroids. I don't advise it, okay? I don't advise steroids for anyone, okay? Because I'm all about natural bodybuilding, let's be honest. And yeah, that's that. As far as teenagers go, don't take steroids, okay? It's gonna mess you up. And I'm gonna state why in this video, okay? First of all, I'm not no steroid expert. I don't know everything about steroids, nor do I know a substantial amount compared to steroid users, okay? Or should I say, some of the steroid users. But when it comes to teenage bodybuilding, you shouldn't be using steroids because you're a teenager, okay? You've hit puberty, you're going through it, or you're midway through it or whatever. Your testosterone is going to be naturally high, granted, because you are a teenager, so you're producing all these hormones and you're still growing. When you're a teenager, you are still growing, you are still developing. Even if you've grown to your fully capacitated height or whatever, that's fine, but your organs are still developing, your heart is still developing, everything inside of you is still developing and growing, should I say, or so to speak. So when it comes to steroid usage, I believe when you start doing it, it's going to mess all your hormones up, okay? It is a known fact. When you take steroids, your testicles shrink because your body stops producing its own natural testosterone because you're putting that in through using the drugs, okay? And when you take GH, which is growth hormone, or should I say HGH, human growth hormone, you start, your inside, your body parts, it makes everything grow, okay? Your muscles as well as your organs. So this is how your heart can increase in size, same with your liver and your lungs, and all these chemicals aren't good on your liver. Yeah, that's enough about that, and a lot of people are taking just so many drugs, and when you're a teenager, you're not the smartest, okay? You think you know everything, you think that everything is okay kind of thing. You don't really know the real side effects and risks about certain things, and definitely when it comes to steroids, you don't know everything about them. There are so many different sides to steroids, and even if you've been researching a year, I can guarantee you, as a teenager, you still won't know all of it, and you still won't even understand a lot of it. You can read a lot about it, but at the end of the day, you're not going to actually understand what to do with them substances. So in my opinion, I just don't recommend steroids to anyone, let alone teenagers, because obviously this channel is focused around teenage bodybuilding and documenting my progress. Me, for one, I'd never touch steroids, I'd never go on them, I don't see the point. And when it comes to teenage bodybuilding, I think you can put on a lot of size when you start young, because your hormones are all sky high and your testosterone is bang, it's up here, okay? So you don't need it, and there are a lot of natural lifters out there, so to speak, such as Louis Marco and Scott Herman, who are natural and have amazing physiques. And granted, I bet you if you ask a lot of them, they didn't really start bodybuilding until they were older. I mean, they may have a lot of natural lifters would have started young, but they didn't take it seriously that much when they were young. If you start bodybuilding at say 15, 16 years old, seriously, at 18, you are going to be huge, okay? You're going to be quite big. You're going to have some good size and mass. Your foundation is going to be complete. You'll be working on other parts of your physique then. So, yeah, when it comes to teenage bodybuilding, steroids just should be out of the equation. You shouldn't be focused on them. You should be focused on getting your nutrition in plan. You should be focusing on getting the good workout routine for your body and getting all your supplements in. So that's my views on steroids. As I said, I don't have a problem with anyone who takes them. I just don't think it's necessary for teenage lifters and lifters in general anyway, because as long as you're consistent with your work and you keep doing it and you live this kind of repetitive life, so to speak, and hitting your calories, hitting your macros and training and being consistent with it, you will grow. It will just take longer because as you advance in lifting, your body gets used to it and it adapts, so you will be putting on less muscle mass throughout each year that goes by. But when it comes to teenage bodybuilding, as I said, you're always going to be putting on quite a lot of mass throughout your teenage years because your hormones are going to be sky high and, so to speak, you've just started lifting. So that's my views on that. And yeah, as far as steroid usage go, I don't really care if you take steroids. I mean, it's not my problem, but I just feel that I needed to do this video because there's a lot of teenagers starting out taking them, and there's a lot of people at gyms taking them. So yeah, and when you're young, you think it's going to be a good idea, but do you really think this is going to be a good idea when you're like older? You see, look at these bodybuilders, yeah, from the 90s, they're dying sooner than the bodybuilders in the 70s and 80s. I'm not saying these 70s and 80s guys didn't take steroids, because they did. They just took them in a they took them in a moderated amount, and they didn't take nowhere near as much as there is now. Nowadays, there's so many substances which you can take, and it does mess your body up, okay? Look at Arnold Schwarzenegger. He is, I believe, 67 years old, correct me if I'm wrong, and he's quite healthy, so to speak. And then you look at a lot of people, there's bodybuilders, which names will be on the screen now, who have died at around quite a young age, and this isn't nothing to laugh about, man. This is mainly linked to their steroid usage and the way they go about their life. So no, don't take steroids when you're a teenager. Do not do it, okay? And it will be a decision you later regret on in life, because, as I said, you'll mess yourself up. Your testosterone will be so low in life, and your body will always be trying to recover from what you've done to it. Your body will get completely screwed over, and you will just be affected, okay? You get severe acne when you start taking steroids. Your hairline starts receding. Your skin can get all crappy because you're not, well, it's just part of what some of the chemicals do to it. And your liver gets damaged, your insides will get damaged. It's just not good for you, okay? So that's the video summed up all in all. Should you take steroids when you're doing teenage bodybuilding? And the answer is this: no. Thanks for viewing the video. If you like the video, be sure to give it a like. Comment down below on your views on this topic, and if you have any suggestions for the next topic of the discussion video, be sure to put them down in the comment section below as well. And yeah, please subscribe, help the channel grow, and I'll see you guys in the next one.